Welcome back to my channel. My name is Tracy and I am a reseller, and I go to yard sales, estate sales, and Goodwills or any other thrift stores to see what I can find and salvage from the landfill and resell, usually on eBay. So today we are at a Goodwill and I showed you that neat furniture up front. I'm not much of a furniture flipper. I did have a vintage booth at one point, but I don't do that anymore. So I don't know if these shell animals have value or not. I kind of looked it over to see what shape it was in, and I did end up leaving it. I think it was like $3 or something. So I didn't figure it would fetch a lot of money. So that did get left behind. I do take a peek at this Christmas item just to see the brand, because you know Mr. Christmas, some of those different ones can sell. And I typically just do a broad view of plush and toys, stuff like that. I don't dig a whole lot in this section. And obviously, I didn't even look at the toys that day. Some days I'm just not in the mood for it. So I always come to this section, which has beauty items and like kind of household items. It's all mixed in. So that master's items can sell. I think that particular cup might have gone for like maybe $6-7 max. So since there was just one, I left it behind. If there were multiple, then it might be more worth the time and effort. So I saw this, and as you can see by my note, I do buy it because it had a good sell-through rate and price. However, when I went to list it, it did get pulled because there was a recall on it. So I don't know how the other sales, they just slip through the cracks, which can happen on eBay. But you still have to be careful because it can cause you problems. And I just didn't even think to check a recall list. So you know, it got taken down, and that's just par for the course. So I will always pull out soaps and check them out to see if they're valuable, because some soaps can sell for some really good money. So you can see I pulled out a Dove and an Irish Springs, and then I pull out this Cetaphil. Now the Irish Springs box, you can see it's pretty rough, so it would really have to have a good sell-through rate and value for me to pick it up. Now sell-through rate means how often do these sell. So if there are 60 listed in 90 days, how many sell in that 90 days? If 60 sell, then that's great. That means mine's going to sell most likely within the 90 days. If there's 60 listed and 5 sells, then that means it's going to take me a very long time for those to sell. So I paused and looked all those up, and here I'm showing you the only thing I pick up is the crease release. I do leave all the other soaps behind. I'm sure it's happening everywhere. I see it all over social media, how Goodwill prices just continue to climb. And it makes it hard because some of the prices are even higher than I'd want to pay for personal. So definitely for reselling, Goodwill's a challenge sometimes. You can find them hit or miss. So I just looked at some vacuum bags over there, and then I think I'm going to find another one here. And they just didn't have a good sell-through rate. I've sold vacuum bags before. They tend to just sit for a little bit. So, and I looked at that yarn. I probably should do more research on yarn because I know some can sell because yarn's getting expensive, as with everything. So I should do some more research on that subject. Now I do think I carry these Auric bags around with me for a little bit, but they do go back. I will look up any sort of filter or, vacuum accessory, because there are some that will have both the high value and high resale rate. So I do look that Honeywell up, but I do leave it behind as well. And that original price was just $4.99, so I think I was just intrigued by it. It was a contemporary piece, definitely not vintage. Now this, I struggled getting a good picture of it just because it was so big, and I do spend time looking this one up because it is a Sanrio Hello Kitty, and it is vintage. I think I do show the year at some point. It don't focus in. The 80s. It's worn. Now, I don't know. This is one I went back and forth on. So the Trapper Keeper too, but you have to be careful because they have remade the Trapper Keepers. So this was a remake. So at the price that they had it, it was, oh no, this is a game. Not an actual Trapper Keeper. It was the game. So that one did not have value. And so the Sanrio, I just end up leaving because it was a little rough and there just wasn't enough to push me over the edge to say, okay, go ahead and get it. I think if it had been something besides the accordion file or something, like a binder, I probably would have picked it up. All right, and so now we're into sort of the trinket area. And I try to just let my eyes skim for a little bit. And then we'll sometimes go in closer. Nothing really standing out. That little hand painted, he was cute. The 1999 Christmas balls. Some of those, even when they're dated, some can sell. It depends on the brand and the theme of the ornament. I just thought this mug was super cute. It's in the heart shape, but I think it's from one of those like Christmas markets in Chicago. Those typically do not have a lot of value. I don't even think I looked that one up. I think I just put it back. I just like the shape of the mug though. Now, if you are a Yorkie fan, these candles might be for you. Now this one, I probably would have just picked up even just for nostalgia for myself. But at $3.99, it was a little too much. And snow babies typically do not have a lot of value. I think we saw one of those a minute ago. Is that what they're called? I don't know. And I don't typically look at what I will call kind of plain looking nativities. Just because Goodwill does price each piece individually when they're out like that. And that just becomes way too expensive. I have bought box sets from Goodwill before, but not when they're sitting individually. So I looked at this to see if it was perhaps like Italian or Polish, and I think it was just a FTD or something. And I do look at this, which some of these can resell, but I was actually thinking for myself just to organize some of the stuff on my dresser. But I will show you here in a minute that they wanted $8.99. And for the condition, I was just like, nah, I'll find one eventually, probably for less. So it wasn't something I needed right away. I don't mind waiting. And this tricked me because I thought it was going to be, which it is vintage, but I did not think it was going to be Avon, and it was Avon. Some more trinkets on this side. I thought this was cute, but as I'm pointing out, it's missing a piece. So if it wasn't missing the piece, I probably would have picked it. Well, no, maybe not at that price, because I think, what did I say, $2.99 or $3.99? I don't think that would go for more than $10 if it wasn't broken. So it just kind of wouldn't be worth, because I have to buy it, then I have to clean it if it's dusty or dirty, photograph it, list it, pack it, and ship it. So there is work that goes into reselling. I know a lot of people think it's not a lot of work. So I have sold dolls like this before. I end up leaving it behind just because they can take a little bit of time to sell. Now we're to the flatware, and I'm trying to show you the brand. My phone does not ever want to focus on that little bitty print, but that is Oneida, and I believe these are Oneida as well. So when there is that big of a set of Oneida, I will typically pick it up, and then based on research, we'll sell it as a whole or individual. So that is it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and have a great day. Until next time.